to 108 Gates, where we are doing Taurus December reading. We are doing the Taurus December reading. How is it going, Taurus? Fidgety, finicky. Okay, so the energies are feeling very contradictory. So a part is very still and calm, and yet I'm seeing like a duck. So the top of the duck you see above the water is really calm, and then under the water it's quite dramatically paddling and not quite sure the direction it's going in. Okay, renewal and optimism. So you're feeling optimistic, and the renewal of that optimism, so it feels like it's an optimistic it sounds a bit obvious, but optimistic renewal of something that you've left behind, or something that you thought that may not be possible is coming back into play, is coming back into your vision, your mode of sight. I have no idea why the words are coming out like this, but keep going. Devotion. What are you devoted to? What are you devoted to? Do you know what you're devoted to? Okay, so now I'm seeing the duck going in a circle. So you don't quite know where you're heading. You don't quite know why you're feeling so optimistic, and where to put the actual energy of the renewal. Do you renew this? Do you renew that? What are you renewing? You don't quite seem to be able to grasp it. Very strange image of this duck. So virility, shake it up a little, and you've got this. So there's something in here that is you're sensing it, you're feeling it, but you're not quite sure what it is. So this is bringing in a sense of confusion. It's bringing in a sense of what now, where now, how now. How now, or brown cow? I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm hearing. Right, High Priestess. So you may be tapping into some of your higher energies, your higher perspective, your higher consciousness, or the higher consciousness is trying to come in, but your frenzy, your franticness is not allowing the certain messages in. Interesting. Right, as soon as I put that there, this kind of started aligning in a different way. So it's like, if it's all like this, the High Priestess is like, okay, settle down, come into alignment, right? Shake it up a little. You did shake it up, but it's from that shaking that you're kind of getting rid of stuff that you don't need, you don't want to have lingering in the shadows, in the forefront, anywhere near you. So that's shaking it off, just as Stanley's shaking off some as well. Interesting. Poochie is on point today. So, Poochie's a dog, Stanley's a dog, aren't you? A little miniature schnauzer. So when you hear the shaking, it's not me, it's him. Getting back to one of his many beds. Anyway, what was that about? Stars. Looking up, optimism. That is feeling like it's the optimism. It's feeling like it's very optimistic. It wants to grow, but I can't remember which other reading had this similar energy here. Not this bit. Similar energy. It wants to grow, but doesn't quite know how to do it in a way that's actually beneficial, because they're trying to push things too far. You're actually in the opposite space. You're not pushing the things you should be pushing, and you seem to be, you're going in circles. I'm just seeing the duck literally going around in circles. I don't know what kind of circles you are going in regards to. Is it a thought pattern? Is it an action? Is it a behavior? Are you literally going in circles? Are you redoing a test? Are you redoing I don't know. Are you taking a driving test? Are you driving round a roundabout? Are you lost? Are you feeling lost? What is it? The circle thing. It's not a spiral which is going up or down. It's literally leaves the point and then comes back to the same point. Leaves the point and then comes back to the same point. This feels like this is where the shake it up a bit. You've got this. There's something you really need to shift. You need to change. You need to be a bit more honest with yourself. So Two of Swords, bringing in the truth, allowing in the denial of truth, basically. That's quite harsh. Not harsh as in like the truth is harsh, it's just the the shake up of it. I think if you actually go there, the shaking up of it is actually more intense than what the truth is. So if you actually just go and face the truth, the flashes, once you go and face the truth, it might not be, it might initially feel like a punch in the stomach, but in the long term, and I mean long term, it might not be so bad. So Five of Wands, you've got another conflict coming in. You're shying away from the conflict to the point that you don't even know the conflict's there. And the High Priestess is trying to get your attention to actually acknowledge this, to take heed, to actually face it. Because once you face it and deal with it, it's no longer there. But you're the one who's procrastinating. You're the one that's making it go on longer and longer and longer than it has to, because of not taking that initial step to address it. Again, this is just a reading for a general focus. So, Queen of Cups, bringing in some, you're offering, that feels like an offering out. You're offering out because you don't want to, oh wow, you're offering out the love because you don't want to look at the conflict. If this was here, then you're offering love to the conflict, you're feeding the conflict. But at this point, you're not even looking at that conflicting thing, because you're literally like, I don't need to do it. I don't need to want to do it. There's a difference between focusing on conflict and creating more. And there's a difference between not looking at the conflict and being in denial of it. So what I meant to say was, there's a difference between not focusing on it, and therefore, because you don't want to exasperate certain things, you don't want to make certain things worse than they are. But at the same time, I don't think there's a realistic idea of what you are actually looking away from. So you think you're looking away from conflict because it's going to dilute the conflict, or it's going to null and void the conflict, but you don't actually know what the conflict is. You haven't got an actual accurate read of this conflict, because you've spent so much time looking away from it, so much time ignoring it, so much time avoiding it, that you've actually lost concept of what this actual conflict is. Right, we're going to get one more card. You haven't had any masculine cards come up so far. Interesting. Foundation. So if you look to the stars, if you look to what's available, if you look to where you are heading, you will have this opportunity to have the foundation, the security and everything else. But you can't, if you don't look at those small details now, it's going to bite you later on. And the thing is, you think you're okay. Oh, it's really horrible to say, because it's an awkward situation. You think you're okay as long as you look away. And you think that this is the conflict, therefore, if I don't look at the conflict, I don't aggravate the conflict, keep avoiding the conflict, keep going around the conflict, it's okay. But deep down, you know, something's off, something's not correct, something's not flowing the way it should be, something's not flowing the way you want it to. But you kind of, it's kind of that energy of taking from Peter to pay Paul, but energetically. You're taking from tomorrow to give to today, and then you take a bit from today to give to tomorrow, if that makes sense. You're not compounding you're not compounding the well-being of the energy. You're just literally like, just get through today, just get through today, just get through today. So that's what I mean by taking from Peter to pay Paul, or whatever, Peter, Paul, whatever. Taking from spud to give to carrot, whatever you want to say. It doesn't really have to be. Ooh, okay. You're giving. This is a really external vibe, which, you know, we don't usually try and we don't usually go to, but this is an external vibe. Knight of Wands comes in. You're not attentive to the conflict that's here, but you're just offering the love, or you're perceived as offering the love. You're offering something, and the Knight of Wands can only see this. The Knight of Wands is not seeing that there's a conflict behind. There's not. You're not expressing something truthfully. One, to yourself. Therefore, if you're not expressing it truthfully to yourself, how can you express it to the Knight of Wands truthfully? See, look at that. This is a beautiful, perfect lineup. This would be this would be a beautiful, perfect lineup if you're being honest with yourself. Sort this conflict out. Sort the conflict out. So we're going to get a card for that. Right. Understand the value of being truthful. Understand the value of just going in and doing the dirty work. Understand the value of just telling yourself the truth. Understand the value of just going there. Literally, you know what? This is the issue. This is the problem. Got to sort it out. Oh, A, B and C are involved. So-and-so is involved. So-and-so plus so-and-so equals even more hassle. Take away so-and-so. Take away this. This issue now is going a bit wonky. It's going to be like a balancing game for a bit. And if you don't deal with it right away, it's going to get worse. I'm not saying it to scare you. I'm saying it because that's what it's coming up as. The swords are like, that's why she's there, keeping it in balance, keeping it in harmony. Renewal, optimism, devotion. You can go there if you shake it up. You've got to shake it up. You've got this. You've got to do that shaking and twisting and turning. If you don't, it's gonna fall flat. You're gonna keep going back to that, back to that, back to that. When in truth, you want this. Do you not? Look up to the stars. Build on the foundation. Cups. More. Look at the size of that cup to that cup. That is the cup. Living in the cup, not just offering a cup. So, Four of Swords, resting, making sure you're rejuvenating, making sure you're taking that time to just stop flapping, stop going round and round in circles. Instead, just take a moment to figure out, what am I doing here? What am I energetically doing here? If you're feeling like it's not working, it's not working. Don't keep kidding yourself and just keep going in the wrong direction. I don't even know what to say to this, Taurus. Emperor, yeah, he's coming in. You got the High Priestess there, Emperor here. It's like you're not listening to the elders are coming in, the bigger bodies, the higher self wanted to come in and guide, and now there's just loads of red lights coming in. You can do this. Just tell yourself the truth. If something's uncomfortable, are you sugarcoating things? Are you looking through rose-coloured glasses? Which is funny because we've got green light right now. The fire signs have red light. You've got green light, your earth. Are you looking through sugarcoat glasses? What? Sugary rose-coloured glasses. Do you have the sugar crystals on the rose-coloured glasses? So not only are you looking through the rose-coloured glasses, but you've got the sugar crystals morphing it even more like a kaleidoscope. So you really don't know what you're looking at because you've looked away for so long. If you keep going in the correct direction, you've got the lovers there, but you've got to be up front. You've got so much going for you. Renewal, optimism, devotion. This conflict is just like the pin in the wheel that's not letting the wheel move. Right, how do we get rid of that conflict? What do we need to do? Should we get a, I was going to say generational card. All right. Let them come in. Ready? Say goodbye to what you no longer need. That's the conflict. But if you don't know, you don't need it, how can you say goodbye to it? I think you're getting rid of stuff you do need, or getting stuff that it's irrelevant if you keep it or not. The stuff you really need to get rid of, you keep dancing around it. That's all I'm going to give right now, because if you don't get in this cycle, I ain't coming in the cycle with you. Taurus, I hope you enjoyed December. I hope you figure this out, because you've got so much fantastic stuff around here, but you're not laying your law down there. You're not actually facing the stuff you need to sort out. this is not a playtime, this is a way time. Which way are you going? Which direction are you going? Are you going to just keep going in this loop, going in this loop, going in this loop? And if you keep going in this loop, you don't know how long you're going to be stuck in that loop. So you might want to take heed and kind of sort it out now. Peace and love. You've got daily Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine readings, so you can check them in their separate playlist, or you can go to the daily playlist, and there's a whole mass of resource there for you. You can just pick the reading that resonates with you at that time, and there's quite a few in there now. There's short meditations, not so many in there, and there will be long meditations soon. This is your December reading, Taurus, and hopefully there will be something more along the lines of during the new year or towards New Year. But for now, take care. Peace and love.